Hi, Kim.
Hi.
I'm so happy that you're here today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I actually, to everybody, I wanted to kind of say how I run into you. So
Mhm.
I found you on TikTok, and you had an amazing video on worms, and I was just fascinated. And you were like pointing to the worms, and I was like, "What is this?" And it was actually about parasites. So I was intrigued by that, but I love your entire purpose. I
Thanks.
really do. I love your page, both pages on TikTok and on Instagram. I think that you're doing a phenomenal job helping people and waking up people to this.
Yeah.
So tell us, how did you get into this field? And you are the worm queen, so you're very well seasoned in this. So tell us, how did you get into this? What happened that you found this
The
interest?
worm queen. I laugh every time I say it. I
Really?
really, yeah, it's just fun but funny. And
It is funny, actually.
it is, right? Who would think that someone could be the worm queen? Like, honestly, it was better than the worm lady. That's the joke. I didn't want to be known as the worm lady. TikTok deemed me worm queen, so it wasn't like I gave it to myself, but
Yeah,
I just,
well, you are. You're so
all things
knowledgeable in
worm.
this. Yes.
Thanks. It's kind of
What?
I guess this is why I'm here. I know this is why I'm here.
Yeah.
I know I was put here so that we could have discussions about holistic medicine and healing the body and traditional ways of doing it, and just really understanding that there are things out there to help you heal. And that's totally what happened for me. So I was on the trail, right, of Western medicine. I worked in Western medicine since 2004.
Uh-huh.
I ended up getting 2 healthcare degrees. I was a professor. I authored books. I did all the things, but my health was terrible. I was declining in my health around 2015. I started to really decline. I had had 13 surgeries, a hysterectomy by the time I was 29. And I'd been on 2 rounds of like Lupron, which is a form of chemo. It kind of ate my bones. So I really was not doing well at
Oh my
all.
goodness, Kim.
And we ended up trying to figure out how to heal me because I had had so many surgeries I couldn't have anymore. And I showed you guys a picture of what I looked like
I
before.
did. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Tell us, what do you think was going on with your body? What was contributing to this health decline?
I feel like for sure I know it was Cryptosporidium parvium, which is parvo, which kills puppies. That is what I had
What do
from
you, what?
contaminated water. Hmm. Our water, our water in our log home. So I really believed that
Wow.
I had pinworms prior because I had my appendix removed, and a lot of people that have their appendix removed actually have pinworms. That's where they live and reside, and so a lot, yeah.
So
So
water,
water.
from water.
From my well, yeah, so the second half of all of like my health declining was after we moved to our property where there's contaminated water
And where is this?
in Hoodsport, Washington. That's where Mrs. Rogers Hood came from.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you find out that it was from water?
So in 2021, I did the parasite cleanse with another company. And I saw the worms and I saw all the things in the toilet, flukes, pinworms, roundworm. And then I still wasn't getting better even after doing like 30 full days of Paragard. It ripped my stomach up. I was having a lot of health issues still from it. And I was like, why, if I'm continuing to cleanse like this? So it was like June, July, I started to wrap up cleansing and I still was seeing things. I still wasn't feeling good. And
Uh-huh.
then around August, I started again. And then around the end of August, I started to figure out it can't just be from our food. Like something else has happened that I'm still this sick with this. And so I got my stool tested from an independent
Hmm.
lab, because LabCorp just doesn't really, you have to have a practitioner to test that
Yes.
stool. And there's just no really accurate testing out there for parasites in Western medicine countries. I don't
Wow.
know
What
why.
was the test called particularly so that
It's just a
people,
stool test.
just a stool
Yep, for
test that
parasites.
determines for parasites? Okay.
He does like 37 different parasites and worms, like
So that's how
physical
many
ones.
types of parasites there are?
You can't, oh, there's thousands, but
No
they only
way.
test they're only capable of testing for around 35, 40.
How do we get these parasites in our body? How do they appear in our body? Is it from just contaminated water or it's from food? I mean, people love sushi. I know
Salmon.
that. Salmon.
Salmon's a big one.
How?
Undercooked pork. dirt when you go out and you are walking barefoot. By no means am I saying don't ground, but I am saying that have an area where if you're going to ground in that area, make sure your pet isn't going to the bathroom there because pets carry parasites. So if you have a pet, you should be deworming. You deworm your pet, you need to deworm yourself, and you should all do it at the same time. So that's an issue that a lot of pet owners don't know they should be deworming.
I've seen parasites in bananas.
Did you see that one video? Where
It was your video. Is that banana organic at least?
I don't believe organic is any better than not organic. In
So
fact,
how do they
organic doesn't
appear
have
there?
the pesticides, right? So the pesticides are keeping those bugs off of there. That's why I always say soak your produce. Whether it's even at your house. I had a worm in my broccoli that I grew myself. They're coming from the dirt. It's all natural. This is natural. This is Mother Nature. And they're here to decompose. I do not believe that you should have parasites in your body.